right, we are live. Let's go live. We just click this one here. So we are live on Instagram as well.
Woo woo.
Da-da-da-da. Okay, fantastic. We're going live on Instagram. Okay, we are live. Let's go. Okay. What's up, Carolina? I am so excited for this interview right now and to hear more about your story and how you've come up with this amazing system that you have, as well as how you've built up to be a six-figure entrepreneur. So, would you like to first just tell everybody a little bit about yourself and who you are before we dive in?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Amy. I love being in this space talking with you, and you have such an amazing energy. So of course I said yes when you wanted to do this. So a little bit about me and how I got started. So when I started my business, it was in a place in my life where I was unmotivated. I was waking up every day, kind of just sitting on the side of my bed, asking myself, like, is this it? Is this my life? Is this all there is? And I got this opportunity to start in the balloon business. I started decorating for friends and family. And then I started seeing that there was a market for it. And what really inspired me to start coaching other entrepreneurs in how to take their side hustle to a six-figure business was I remember being in the struggle of like saying, how do I make more money? How do I make this easier? How do I get higher paying clients? And being like, and I remember feeling stressed. I remember crying. I remember like looking up and saying like, show me a sign or send me a mentor that can take me to the next level. And when I didn't find exactly what I was looking for, I was like, you know what? This is my story. I'm going through this now because I know I'm going to find people that are where I was, and I'm going to be able to give them what I didn't have. So that is how I got started in the coaching world and helping service-based businesses take their side hustles into a six-figure business, specifically through higher paying corporate clients.
I mean, it's so epic because so many entrepreneurs are looking for that. You know, they're really, really searching for how can I get more corporate clients? How can I get to six figures? And it's hard to also find a mentor that has not only done it, but also is someone that is really warm and kind and wanting to help and support the way you do. So that's super beautiful and powerful. So you've shared a little bit about what got you started, but what was that moment for you where you felt like, you know, this one thing came into my life and I realized that like the moment you figured out your method.
Yes, I love that question. Oh my God. So I remember one day I was like, I need to do something different. The clients that I'm getting are like they're not willing to pay what I'm asking. So I need to try something different. My sales had completely dried up. So I decided to try something super crazy. I walked into the elementary school down my street, and I remember my palms were sweaty. My heart was racing. I had all these thoughts, right? All these self-limiting beliefs. Like, what if they say no? What if they don't want me there? What if I'm annoying? All these self-limiting thoughts that I was like, I literally just had to say, I don't care. It's like, just shush. So I walked into the school. I asked the receptionist, can I speak to your events person? Their events person came out, and Amy, I was so surprised by how happy and how excited they were to see me. They were like, oh my God, I've been wanting a balloon person because we have an event coming up. And Amy, 30 minutes later, I walked out of that school with a $1,500 contract for balloons, which was the most anyone had ever paid me for what I was doing. And I was surprised because it was so easy and I didn't feel salesy. And the person was so happy. Like, they were so easy to work with. So I got in my car that day and I was like, what just happened? Like, I just made over $1,000 with balloons. So easy. And that's when I was like, okay, I've been doing it all wrong. So from then on, I started I started getting specific on my framework and only targeting corporate decision makers. And that is when my business started taking off.
That's so powerful. Wow. I love it. I love it. And do you have a specific name for your method or your system? Or
Yes.
is this something that's kind of classified to the people that you work with?
No, I like you, Amy, so I'm going to give you the secret sauce.
Yeah, let's go.
My framework is specifically called the corporate cash flow formula. And it's really 3 steps. They're so easy and they're so simple. So it's 3 C's. And the first one is connect. And it's essentially just connecting with the corporate decision makers that need your service and that are waiting for you to reach out to them. The second one is captivate. So many times, I heard this the other day, and it's people think in stories. In stories or in pictures, like in movies. So instead of reaching out to my ideal client saying, hey, I have a balloon business, we work with corporate decision makers. Now, when I started doing this process, I would captivate them by sending photos so that they would sell themselves and say, hey, actually, this is pretty cool. Just by seeing the photo, I would hook them. And now my third step is cultivate, which is essentially, I think of like a garden, and I plant a seed, and then it's like every day watering, sunshine, fertilizer, singing to the plants so they grow. And I cultivate my clients by checking in with them at least once a month, just letting them know, hey, I'm thinking of you. I'm here. If there's anything I can help with. By the way, here's more photos of other clients that we've served this month that are in their niche. So they're like, oh, wow, she's doing this for Google. She's doing this top university. So it builds belief in them that I am the expert and that they're my VIP, that I'm taking care of them. So that's my framework: connect, captivate, and cultivate.
Love that. That is an epic framework and an amazing name for the framework. I love it. Super powerful. So, okay. So what is it that you think holds people back, generally speaking, from achieving success when it comes to, wanting to get more corporate contracts, or when it comes to, reaching 6 figures in general? What do you think holds people back?
Oh, such a good question, Amy. I think what holds a lot of people back is the confidence. And it's, they tell themselves, and I know because this is what I would tell myself too, like, I only do, in my case, I only do balloons. Like, what do corporate people want with balloons? Or I only do X. I haven't done corporate before. Or who am I to be charging this much?
Yeah.
Right? Or let's say they've never done corporate before, and they're like sending an email, or they're on the phone about to contact a new corporate client. They're like, oh my God, this person's going to see right through me. They're going to know I don't know what I'm doing. That's such a big thing. I remember when I was first starting off, I would feed myself this lie, and it's like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I did know what I was doing. Not to the right. We're always growing. Maybe not to the point where I knew exactly what I was doing, but I knew more than the person I was reaching out to. So I think it's a confidence thing that holds people back, that they're terrified of rejection. Like, I don't see my reach out method as cold calling, even though essentially that's what it's known. It has that term, cold calling. I see them as connection calls. I'm connecting with people who need my services. And if they don't, they know probably 5 people that would benefit from working with me. So I
love that.
Yeah. So it's like just reframing a lot of what's going on in here that holds people back.
I love that you just said, like, instead of a cold call, it's a connection call. That is an amazing way to look at it, and 100% agree with you on that. I think cold calling sounds so cold. It sounds so scary, right?
Laboratory, yeah.
Yeah, and that's so powerful, because 100%. I mean, so many entrepreneurs are so scared of rejection, so scared of taking that leap, and we're taught to just play small. So it's amazing that you're teaching people how to play big and how to step into that power. That's so powerful and important.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you
Let's
for your
go.
story.
Isn't it awesome?
Yeah, amazing. I love it. Okay, so I love that you've expressed that. That's super powerful. Is there anything else that you think holds people back? You know, I think you've mentioned some really important, powerful ones. Is there anything else that you can think of from the people you've worked with, or even from your own journey, that holds people back?
Yes, absolutely. What comes to mind right now is time, right? I work with a lot of people that are like, God, I don't have time, or I'm too busy with my current clients to work on this outreach with other corporate clients, or so when I hear the time, I completely understand. But that's when I say an email takes 5 minutes to write, less, right? And once you
Your
send
chat,
that, what was that?
especially with Chat GPT, right? It takes a
Yeah,
second.
100%, 100%. And really, this my script. I'm going to give you more of my secret sauce away. It's just like, hi, my name is Carolina. I do X. I'm sending some photos attached of things that we could create for you. I would love to help you with any upcoming events this year. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate and reach out. That's it. So people say they don't have time, when in reality, when they just get one done, they see how quick. It's so easy to do. It's so easy not to do. So once they see how easy it is, they're like, okay, I can do this. I can send one email. And if one email is going to bring you in this dream client that's going to book you every month, like, how much is that worth to you?
Totally.
Right? Something else that I get a lot is, I don't know who to contact. And I tell them, I got you. I've been doing this for 3 years. I went through the blood, sweat, and tears so that you don't have to. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. So I give people a list, like, there's so much opportunity out there. So many people so I have all these roles that I share with people. And then another one is like, I don't have a website, for example. When I first started reaching out to corporate clients, in full integrity, I would say, like, I don't have a website right now. It's under construction, which was true. I was in the process of building my website, but here are some photos of things that we can do for you. And then when I would have my website ready, it was an excuse for me to reach out to them again, saying, hey, here's my website. Feel free to take a look.
Yeah, absolutely.
So those are some things that hold people.
That's super powerful, because I feel like so many entrepreneurs get stuck in that space of like, and I'm guilty of this. I used to do this all the time, like get stuck in the space of like, you need to have everything looking like this and it has to be perfect before you can actually take action. You got to have the perfect website and the perfect Instagram bio and this and that and all these things, which is actually just delaying your progress and your success, right?
So good.
So that's amazing. And I love that you also have everything ready for the people you work with. Like how valuable is that? Like, that's insane. You know, you've been through the blood, sweat, and tears, and you're helping people not go through that.
Yes, let's go.
Well, I mean, is there anything else you want to add before we get into what you think everybody should do next, where we can send everybody after this if they are looking to learn more about your stuff? Where is there anything else you want to add first?
I think the last thing I want to add is just the importance of showing up for yourself and for your business, whatever that looks like at the stage that you're at. I work with people that are just getting started and they're like, God, I need direction. And then I work with people who already have a business that they're just searching, and so they need different levels of support. I work with people that have had their business for 5, 8, 10 years, and they're now understanding that what they're doing right now is no longer serving them. And so they're looking to maybe work the same or less hours and make more money, which is the power of like a strategic approach to choosing what clients you work with. So I would just say, whatever stage they're in, to show up for like to just make a decision and show up for yourself. Like say, I don't know how I'm going to get to this next level, but I'm going to figure it out. And I'm going to ask for help. So I think it's just showing up and pushing through the self-doubt. Like we all have those thoughts, but the more we choose to say, no, I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not going to listen to that voice, like that self-sabotage voice that's inside. Like the more often you start saying, no, this is what I want, I think the stronger we get and the easier it gets.
Mm-hmm. Oof, that was, you just channeled that. That was insane. Thank you for sharing that. It's beautiful. Wow, how inspiring is your story, honestly, and your journey. It's really, really amazing what you've built and what you're doing now to help other entrepreneurs. So thank you for everything you do. Now, where should we be sending people? Is there anywhere specific you want to send people next if they want to hear more about you, learn from you, maybe even work with you?
Yes, absolutely. So we have a masterclass going on, and will we be able to link? Will we be able to provide a link?
We can provide a link, but if you know the URL, you can just say it right now, and then people can go straight in. But we will link it. Yeah.
Perfect. So the URL is actually under construction. So if they want to get in touch with me, they can follow me on Instagram, and I'm always posting like details and any updates there. And it's at Carolina X Cortez, Cortes. And then once they follow me, I post all sorts of updates on there.
Amazing. Well, Carolina, this has been epic. Thank you so much for jumping on and sharing your story. I absolutely love your story. And as someone who, really, really admires you, I'd love to just, honor your work and say a big thank you. So this has been super fun. So much love to you and so much success to you as well. Big hugs, Carolina.